Oh, it's time, everyone. It's time for the new 911 GT3 RS in Forza Horizon 5. Finally. I feel like this feels like it's taken way too long because the car was actually released ages ago. And we've already gotten the facelift coming out of this car very, very soon. But it's finally in Forza Horizon 5. It's already been in Gran Turismo 7 for a long time, for like almost a year now. I made a video on it in GT7 and it is a fantastic car, first of all, to drive, and it sounds amazing. So hopefully in this game we can do stuff to it to make it sound just as good. Also, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, this car actually came out in the Crew Motorfest. So I guess if you want to watch a little bit of a comparison video, you can watch this video and then go back and watch yesterday's video on the same car in a different game. So you get to hear what it sounds like, what it drives like, basically what it's like in a completely different game. I mean, it's not completely different because it's still an open world game, but it is different in terms of just, you know, a few things. Let's have a quick look at what we're working with here. It looks pretty much the same. I think it's the same spec, but obviously, I think this has a lot more detail than the one in the Crew Motorfest. Obviously, it doesn't have as much detail as the one in Gran Turismo 7 because Gran Turismo 7 is just a work of art when it comes to how detailed everything is. So, yeah. I mean, it's still super, super high quality here. I can't be like, oh yeah, this looks bad, because it still looks amazing. And everything looks really, really good. Obviously, there's nothing here except for some vents. But yeah, the interior looks great. Can we open up the rear hatch of this? No, we can't. It would be so funny if you can. There's still nothing there. You can't actually see anything for the rear end. So let's drive this thing. Let's drive this thing and see what it's like. Let me show you the specs of it as well, or the stats, I should really say. Also, to get it, you just get your 20 points. It's a brand new update. The track day month is here, I guess. The track day seasonal is here. All the series, as you can see, bunch of new cars that we still have to get. The 911 Rally, also have the new 911 GT3R. And then in the spring season, if you go over to this race over here, you get the new 911 Turbo S, which, again, very excited to try out as well in the next few videos. But yeah, basically, that's how you get it. We're looking at 518 horsepower, 465 newton meters of torque, and it weighs 1,450 kilos, 4 liter, flat 6, naturally aspirated, screams really loud. Revs very high. There's no rev limiter on this. It needs to be louder. Definitely needs to be louder. The grip is great already. The grip is really, really good. I haven't done anything to this car, and the grip is really, really good. You'll be able to see what this thing is like compared to the Motorfest car. But this genuinely feels like a really, really good car. Already super planted. I mean, look at the aero on it. Of course it is. Okay, the wing actually kind of does work. That's actually kind of cool. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not like the proper DRS wing. So this car, you can actually have DRS. It works in GT7. It doesn't work obviously in this game, where you press a button and obviously the flap at the back opens up. But I think once you get past a certain speed, does it just pop up? Yep, it does. So past 120 miles an hour, it pops up, and then as you're braking and as you slow down, it does go down. Okay. I mean, they kind of tried to make it so it kind of looks like it has DRS, even though it doesn't, but... Watch. 120 miles an hour. Flap opens. At least there's a little bit of attention to detail there. A little bit. I wish we'd still have the button, though, for DRS. That'd be very, very sick. This thing is already really nice to drive, by the way. So I don't know what else can we really do to this car. Everything's really good. Even if I go way too fast into a corner, I can still save it. This is great. We need to put an aftermarket exhaust on this thing so this absolutely screams. That's what I want. And also, if I change cams, oh my god, we can get this thing to probably rev to like 10k RPM. That would be very, very sick as well. Let's just get these as well, because why not? Because I'll end up forgetting if I don't. I'll just skip this one real quick. It doesn't really matter about what money I get. Right, let's head over into the festival. And like I said, I want to do stuff to it. And change a couple of things. So, upgrades. Go to custom upgrades. I think in paints, because obviously we haven't done anything to the paints. Let's have a look at the paints real quick. Surely there's a few of them. Oh yeah, of course. So we have this one obviously without the writing on the side. The red looks really good with the black writing on the side. Black, not really a big fan of it because it kind of adds a lot of detail. Yellow with the writing's good. The silver with the grey, very, very nice. That's an alright color. Orange is good. Green is an interesting one. Blue is probably one of the nicest ones, but this is a GT3 color, not a GT3 RS. I definitely wouldn't get the GT3 RS in this. I think white and red looks really, really good, especially with the wheels being in red. This is like a classic one. I remember what's it called? The 996 GT3 RS had the same sort of thing, or the GT3 had the same sort of thing, didn't it? It had like GT3 written on the side, and it was like red wheels, white, and all that. Like it just looks very similar to that. And then of course we can change them if we really wanted to. We're not gonna do that. Do we have any sort of kits available for this thing? That would be an interesting one. Well, we don't, because there is no adjustability in the kits by the looks of things. There's nothing here. I wish that we would have had at least some sort of a body kit option, and we would have had maybe like the Visac pack, you know what I mean? Something like that would be kind of fun. Or at least turn it into like the MR. That would have been kind of interesting. Engine options. 4-liter flat six. Obviously the older engine, I'm pretty sure. 3.6-liter flat six. I think there's an even older engine, right? From the old turbos. This is from the newer turbo, or this was from the GT2 RS, right? 691 horsepower. I'm pretty sure. Can't remember 100%. Racing V12, 918 engine, and then 3.2-liter flat six in turbo. I can't remember which one this was from. Regardless. That's pretty much it there. We can twin turbo this thing. We can basically turn it into a GT2 RS, but I'm not going to do that, because that is pointless. I am going to give this thing some sticky tires, so we're going to go with the full-on racing slicks. I will get this thing to handle as well as possible. I mean, the braking is already maxed out. Our handling is at 8.4. I mean, like, the only way we can get this thing to be even higher than that is if we change the braking and... I mean, no, sorry, not the braking. If we change any of the handling physics or the weight, maybe? 8.5. Like, it goes up by a little bit. I don't think power-wise this needs any more power. I think it's so spot on with that. And then the diff as well, it's already, I'm pretty sure, adjustable, so we don't really need to change anything there. There's so much adjustability in this car. Okay, let's have a listen, by the way. There's so much adjustability in this car stock that it's basically just a race car for the road. So I feel like that's a good thing that they didn't give us a lot of aftermarket like race parts, because it already uses so many race parts anyway. It's a little louder with the intake. Okay. Exhaust, please. It does sound better. What's the RPM go up to? It goes from 9 to like 9.5, does it? That sounds nicer. That definitely sounds a lot nicer. It's just a little bit louder and a little bit like meaner sounding. Well, we're bringing this thing all the way up into S2 with that setup. 785 horsepower and it weighs 1,293 kilos. I mean, it's a ridiculous car. I think, like I said, power-wise, I don't really feel like this car actually needs a lot more power. So maybe just bringing this thing over into just to the top of S1, and then we can probably work from there. Should we just do that instead? I kind of want to just do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, what can we really change now on this thing? So we don't need to. So maybe intake, bring that down. 903. Exhaust I definitely want to have on. What else can we change here? Maybe change it. I don't even know, to be honest with you. Trying to see what else can we really change to bring this thing down into S1, or do they make it so perfectly fit into this category? I think so. I think they definitely just made this thing fit so perfectly into this category. It's just weight reduction, right? That we can really adjust now. Yeah. I kind of wanted to keep this thing in S1. Do I actually have to get rid of power? Because that drops it so much. What if I do... Oh, man. It's just not going to sound good. It's not going to sound... It's not that it's not going to sound good. It's just not going to sound as loud as I think it's... It can sound. It's mad, isn't it? Like, what? Oh, there's nothing that I can really try and do here to try and get this thing to stay at the top of S1. .897 is the highest I've seen it go. That is probably... it's probably 898. There we go. That's probably the highest that we can get this thing to actually go. You know what I'm gonna do though? I will max it out just to see, and then I'll bring it back down into S1 again, and we'll work from there. All right, cool. Let's leave this for now. Yeah, let's. What did I change? Did I change something else? Why? Why is it? Wait, what? Oh yeah, I did. I was gonna say, did I change something else? What changed? Because this thing is like halfway up a class, right? So it's basically... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Because this is halfway up S2, it's kind of a little bit pointless to drive. I mean... Oh my god, it's just a... It's just a pure race car sound now. With the aftermarket transmission as well. Oh my god, this grips up so nicely. Jesus Christ. Honestly, just a slight tune change and this thing is an absolute monster. It's ridiculous. Like, how? I've also just feel like I want to just drive this thing in cockpit view the entire time. I don't know why, it just feels like I should be. It is just screaming. This is kind of what I wanted. I know it's whining a little bit because of the transmission change, but... Even when you make like a bit of a mistake, if you go a bit too fast into some of the corners or whatever, it's just so easy to control. It's so different to the one in the crew. I think this thing with a different engine is probably going to be a really, really good race car. Maxed out, I mean, like an S2. It does seem to have a ton of grip, so I feel like if you guys make one of these with a different engine and you make it like an absolute monster, send it over to me, link down on the Discord, or link down on the Discord, go to the Discord and then send me your share code there. The link to that is down below in the link tree in the description. You join the Discord, you can send me a tune, and I'm definitely down to try one of these things. If you build like an absolute monster, let's say you put like the 918 engine in it or something like that, you bring it to the top of S2. Right now, I kind of just want to drive this thing with the standard engine just to see what it's like, and it just feels lovely to drive like this. I don't know if it's gonna be like meta or OP or anything. Man, it just it turns in. I am not even on sim steering, by the way, and it still turns in so sharply. It's just, I need to get used to it. After driving some crap cars over the last little while, and especially driving in the Crew Motorfest, driving this thing is just like such a change of pace. I just don't expect the cars to like dart into corners so quickly, you know, like this. And the brakes are phenomenal as well. Alright, well, unfortunately, I need to make this thing sound worse and bring it down into S1, and I want to try to do a lap with it. There is a racetrack in this game, which I have, and I've messed around with cars before, and I ended up obviously sending a few lap times just to have a quick little look and see. Oh, we're exactly at 900. Interesting. But I've set a few lap times just so we can see what they're like with all these cars. I think a low 120s is what I got. So I want to try and bring this specific car, the way it's built right now, over onto that track and try it out there and see what it's like. Because of course, this is basically a track car for the road. So let's go over onto that track and let's see what we can do with it. I wish I did have the actual times or the list. It's somewhere on the channel anyway. If you go and watch one of the videos that came out back when they released a bunch of like race cars in this game, I really want to see what sort of times they were there. But most of them were in S1 to like the start of S2 to like 910 or something like that. So basically very similarly set up to this, except they're actual like proper race cars. So I want to see now what this car is capable of, if I can get anywhere close to the proper race cars that they added into the game, because this feels really, really good to drive. So low 120s is what we're going for. The brakes are really good. I just need to like kind of ease on the power when I'm exiting corners, and that's pretty much it. Because apart from that, basically don't do that. Don't cut the corners. Don't cut the corners or else that happens. Again, like I said, I'm just not used to driving something so sensitive. It's so quickly and sharp to turn in, you know? Takes like a little bit to get used to it again. Did I actually miss the checkpoint? I did, because I'm dumb. Jesus Christ, lads. Oh my god, I can brake so late for that corner. Brakes are so good, man. The brakes and everything is just so good with this car. And I can go flat out in the corners as well. Is it 120s or 130s? I need to find that video again, man. To just see. Clean. Clean. Oh my god, man. This is so nice to drive. Yeah, I need to see what sort of times those cars got, because I feel like this is very, very close. I'm braking too early. And I can go flat out of the corners. Ah, it's just so nice. Yeah, just going flat out from exiting the corner is just a fantastic thing. It's just so nice. It just feels like the car is built really well. Wink, wink. I'm the one that built it. I changed the parts. I tuned it. Nice. I don't think it's low 120s, I think it's low 130s. 127.8. I definitely need to find that video again and have a look. I'll do it as soon as I'm finished here. I want to do a couple more of these laps. Or, actually even better, I'm going to probably take one of these out and go to a track in the Rivals category and then try it out there. How about that? And we'll see what this is like compared to like actual other cars, you know? I'm trying to do that on actual tracks instead of just this kind of little time trial that I have set up for myself. I can get second to kind of slip a little bit. Okay, I can get third to do it as well if I hit up the the half tires are turned into mounds. Should I go into a rivals event? I feel like I probably should, right? Anyway, 127.8 is not really a bad time to like scoff at. It's actually quite a decent time, I think. And 27.7. Yeah, we take those, I think. I think we take those. I think it's a good one. So yeah, what are the fastest times that we got with a Porsche 911 RSR? So this is like a proper race car, S2 910. So like I said, the RSR version of this car, or sorry, not of this car, but it's of the previous generation car, was obviously much wider as well. So it's just the car itself was a proper race car. So that car, the RSR, pulled a 126.4, so it's about a second faster. It's more powerful than this car, and it's in S2, so it's also wider. It's just a proper full-on race car, whereas this one is kind of just a road car. It does have a lot of, you know, race-inspired parts on it, but like it's still a road car. And the fact that I'm just 1 second off, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. It is a very good car. Alright, I want to try it on I feel like on a small track would be kind of good to try this car on. Chihuahua Circuit's an interesting one. We can try Chihuahua on S1. Obviously, there's a bunch of other events and things that we can try and mess around with. I think Chihuahua and S1 could be an interesting one. What's the best car for this? What did I use? The Elemental. I feel like we probably do need all-wheel drive for this. Actually, I don't know if we do, but we definitely do need quite a lot of grip. I want to try it. I want to try and see how close I can get to the Elemental. I don't think this is going to be a meta car or anything like that. I don't think I'm going to get that close to it, but I still think it's going to perform really well. I think it's definitely a car that I can get top 1000 with, but I don't think I'll be able to get like higher than the Elemental. We'll see. We'll see. But I want to try it on like a small, short track, because the way this thing is built, it's like I'm able to like go flat out of corners, and it's pretty ridiculous. It just feels really good to drive. Fast. Like out of corners and that. It is set up very nicely. No, that thing is way too fast. I think turns corners like crazy. I can probably get this thing to turn a little bit tighter as well into some of these corners, but that is mad. The way that Elemental pulled into the corner is pretty insane. Like I get a little bit of understeer. Okay, maybe I overestimated the potential of this thing. Maybe I overestimated it a little bit too much. It's a fast car, but I don't think it's as fast as some of these other ones. See what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm trying to pull the same speed as the Elemental through these corners, and it's just not working out for me. How am I even going sideways? I think it's because I'm on the grass when I initially start. I think that's why. I think it's just my positioning is horrendous. Yeah, it's a good car, but I don't think it's gonna be a meta car. I don't know, maybe it could be. Engine swap. Maybe with a nice engine swap. Someone can turn this thing into a meta car, maybe an S2 or something like that. I don't know. As of right now, I don't see it. I do not see it. It's definitely going to be a lot slower than just a second. Oh, I missed it. Oh, it's so close. Oh, that one you can cut a lot, by the way, on this corner. It's better to cut as well because positioning is so much better if you cut it. Fast. What am I? 49.2. What's the time that I got with this thing? I'm at like 4 seconds off. 3 seconds off, right? Something like that. What am I at? Yeah. This is definitely one of those tracks as well. You go in slow and come out fast type of vibe. The whole trying to keep your speed up sort of thing is just not it. You definitely need to slow down a lot more for these corners. It just feels like what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to mimic the Elemental's speed through the corners, and I can't because it's just too fast. It is too fast for this car to handle. Unfortunately, I think that thing weighs like so much less than this guy as well. So I'm pretty sure the only reason why that Elemental is able to go through corners like that is because it just weighs like 500 kilos less than this. Nice. It's actually kind of clean. But yeah, accelerating out of corners with it is just one of the things that I love about this car. That and the brakes. I mean, the handling's very good too, but should be quite a much faster lap actually than before. Yeah. Not only that, but it was a clean lap too. Could have gone a bit faster for that final corner as well. I think this one was a little bit cleaner. Alright, cool. We'll leave it there. What can I say? I mean, definitely didn't expect it to be like super OP or meta or anything like that, but I mean, it's a car I love driving in this game. Like, it just is. Like, it's just a really, really good car. I can't really like say that it's a bad car, just because it's not the best or the fastest or whatever, but I mean, who cares, right? It's a GT3 RS. I mean, if you're a Porsche fan, then you're definitely going to be able to appreciate this thing. I just wish that we can make it even louder. Once you put like a racing exhaust in it, it should literally just be full on straight pipe. Just loud as hell. Because a flat 6 where it's really, really loud sounds phenomenal. It sounds really, really good. Yeah, I definitely do think that the aftermarket exhaust should be much, much louder. That's the thing that the crew's lacking as well, man. You can't have an aftermarket exhaust on the cars in that game, and you can't make them louder or anything like that, which is a bit annoying. I wish you could. Gran Turismo still does it the best though. With each exhaust change, you got the street, the sport, the race, whatever, semi-racing, whatever it is that you're putting on, it will change the sound of the car. Sure, even doing weight reduction changes the sound of the car in the cabin. It makes it sound louder. And like I said, the GT3 RS is one of the cars that sounds amazing in that game while you're driving, especially in cockpit view. Oh my god, it sounds so good. Yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I feel like this was a little bit more dragged out, but I don't know, GT3 RS is definitely needs a little bit of love because I love this car. It's a very sick car. Alright, let me know what you think of it, if you've gotten it, and if you haven't, go and get it, because it's going to be very, very rare. Because it's only been released once so far, and I don't think we have much life left in this game, so I don't know how many times you're actually going to re-release this car again, so try and get it, because like I said, it's going to be super, super rare. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.